Hello everyone! Today I'm very excited to show you these ancient coffee grinders. I've collected three and I use all of them, and it's really nice, really intriguing, makes my coffee drinking much more enjoyable and connects me with ancient times, with our ancestors. They all make a very nice grind which is unique, and I truly enjoy it. Show how I do that. I'll show the difference in the grind and the end result, and taste the coffee. And basically here today also my aim personal is to compare them one to another with the same type of coffee, the same method of preparation, and see which one's better and delivers the best result. So we'll start with this one. This is the original, the first, as per what I've been reading, coffee grinder used at all Egypt, Ethiopia, even before people started drinking coffee like discovered by the Arabs, the actual coffee drinking. So we use their stone, mortar and pestle. The next one probably started, people started to use it shortly thereafter, is from wooden mortar with stone pestle. This particular one is called Dibek. It's from Turkey. Dibek in Turkish means pounding. So that's that. And then this one, the last one that I have here to show you today, it's the mighty Mihbaj from, right now it's a Bedouin, right? It's a Bedouin coffee grinder from the 1440s, so 15th century. This thing was made. They copied the Greeks and Romans, who had a similar type of wooden, so this is wood, for wooden pestle to grind grains and spices. This particular one is actually from the Ottoman Empire. It's quite old, probably around 150 to 100 years old, that old, but I still use it. I've been using it. The only thing that I did, this is the original pestle, but because it has crack on it, so I made my own. So I will be grinding it with that one, but otherwise, with all that being said, let's start grinding. The first one is the stone mortar and pestle. This particular one is from India. It's quite old, but there isn't much to say about it. I think you're quite familiar with this type. This particular one, I believe, is from soapstone. Okay, so the next one is very interesting. This is Dibek from Turkey, and it's quite old as well. This is pestle is from stone, natural, and then the actual mortar is from hardwood, and it's very nicely decorated, and it's actually a whole trunk of the wood. This side is actually here, it's from the same wood, it's just decorated this way, otherwise there is the integrity is intact. So for the age, which is at least with more than 100 years old, nice pattern as well. For the age, it's very well preserved, and I still use it to grind coffee. The Mihbaj, this is again one wooden trunk, although I think because you can see here there are these quite straight lines, as well as here, see this one. So I presume this is not made in a way that I see now they make them in Jordan, For example, out of one piece of wood, and then some of them use a wood turning machine, others more traditional, just use instruments but make them out of one, and I see they have cracks already even when they're new. Well, this one lasted for 200 years for a reason. Maybe this is a design thing, I guess. It has all these traditional signs that you can find now. For example, in Jordan Heritage, you can see there are about 10 different types of signs that they use. I have made my own vessel from hardwood, and I've been using this one basically to mirror the original one. I just couldn't find to be that long, but still it's quite heavy and works. My plan is to grind the same amount of coffee in each of them, and then to use the e-brick jazve to prepare the coffee. So for this experiment I will use Ergachefe coffee, of course roasted by me, and I will put 3 teaspoons of coffee. This spoon is also prepared by me, it's oak. This will be equivalent of approximately 15 grams of coffee. My grinders are loaded with coffee beans, and I am ready to start the actual grinding. Okay, now I'm first going to begin with the stone one. Because you see the other ones are more elevated, so it's harder for the coffee grind to escape. This one is not that the case, so I need to be more careful initially. I will just press like this. I can tell now that there are almost no bigger pieces left, a lot of powder. So what we know now is Turkish coffee, very fine powder. Well, it was used to be made this way, and then using a sieve just to filter the powder, and then continue to grind the other pieces. Okay, so this one's now is ready. It smells very nice. Oh, here it's even much better. And this is the stone mortar and grinder coffee. Okay, very fine powder. Next will be Dibek. And the Dibek cafe is ready now. And now it's time for the Mihbaj. Well, this one for sure is the one that the risk for parts of the beans to escape is the lowest. Very well protected area. It still happens, but much less compared to these two. And one thing I forgot to tell you is with all of these, when you start to pound them, to grind them, it smells really nice. Something you can't really get with the manual grinder. If you watch videos about the Mihbaj, they seem to very gently grind, and most of them actually use it as a musical instrument. So there is a lot like this. So they most of the times they seem to be, making music and not really grinding. But if you're up for grinding, you can certainly do it. Okay, so this one was certainly the fastest. Okay, let's check the grind. Closer. Okay, now you enter in the kingdom of the Mihbaj. This is grinded coffee Mihbaj. All the time, if you look for videos for Mihbaj, they will show you the actual Mihbaj with what's inside. Nobody's going to show you. Look here. So you see this here looks like repair, but actually this is where there is, I show you this, it's not cracks, but these lines between the two where they were connected, and same as this side here. That's how it looks inside the Mihbaj. So now it's time to check on the three powders. Okay, so here is the Mihbaj. Now the Dibek. And the stone grinder. This one is quite fine, like powder, but there are also bigger particles, but not really big. When we go to the Dibek, okay, so one idea coarser, bigger. The stone grinder looks like better powder. And then when we go to the Mihbaj, it's really uniform. There doesn't seem to be that much powder like in the other two, especially on the stone one. So this one is probably the coarser grind, but it's also quite fine. So certainly not very coarse. The actual preparation, now you see brick, also known as jezve. This is from the 15th century, believe it or not. No, this one is new, but it's from Turkey. And it has a white base. In here at the top is actually quite narrow. So in order to make sure they're made in the same way, with the same exact ratio, I will measure it. Okay, so this first one is the stone grinded coffee. Okay, so that's 15.2 grams.
50.3, which means I will put 153 milliliters of water, which is now preheated to 60 degrees Celsius, as you can see. Hope you can see it from here. Okay, so I'll use that. 153. Opa, 154, okay. And now, just give it a stir. And then I'm going to put on the hop at the lowest possible temperature. So this is the smallest one at minimum. So like this. So now I'm going to wait for it. This is how it looks now. Oh, yeah, like this. Yeah, this is the move I wanted to see, what I was waiting for. Now it's ready. Okay, and the leftovers. And so these are the leftovers. What's at the end of the brick? I don't put it in. Okay, so now my stone ground coffee is ready, and now I let it rest here while I prepare the next one, which will be this one, the brick. Okay. And this, so I got 16.1, Dibek more productive. Okay, and now I will put 161 milliliters of water. You can see it starts to move, which means it's ready. Okay, Dibek cafe. And now the leftovers. You can see there isn't anything big there, quite well grinded. Okay, so now the Dibek cafe, I mean, look, it's just beautiful. All right, nice presentation I've got here. So we have the stone ground, the Dibek, and now the last one will be the Mihbaj. Right, 14.8 grams. Okay, I thought you're almost the same. So which means 149 milliliters of water. Okay, ready now. The Mihbaj cafe to join the others. And now I have 3 of them. Mihbaj, Dibek and Stone. Stone ground coffee, Dibek cafe and Mihbaj cafe. First we'll start with the stone ground. Very pleasant and slight acidity, no bitterness. It's floral and some chocolatey notes, which is typical for this ergachefe. It's really nice. So the next one will be the Dibek. I'll just give it a few seconds. It is more floral, this. The same acidity, no change in that. It's actually a little bit tastier, this one. But this one was also very good. This one is tastier than the stone ground. Okay, and now third one, that's the Mihbaj. It is not as tasty as especially this one, more like this way, one line, and acidity wise maybe a little bit less. But it's also, no, acidity wise is the same. It's just that this one is still a little bit warmer. It's not hot, it's just a little bit warm, as you can see. So acidity I think remains unchanged. In terms of taste, I would say this one, but let me try again. So maybe this will change. We just have a sip of water. This time I will start with the Mihbaj cafe. Okay, let me tell you, it's a very nice drink. No bitterness at all, very slight acidity, balanced taste. I can't really taste the floral notes or berries or anything like that. Okay, so now we'll go to the Dibek cafe. It's definitely much tastier. Okay, so as I said, acidity is the same, but the taste, this thing just explodes with flavor. It's really, really nice. Berries, floral berries. This, I would say, this really nice, really, really nice, tasty. Okay, and the third one, stone ground. Absolutely the same as the first time. So it has taste. It's a nice drink, but having tried the brick one, this one's the best. This one is the best by far. Second one is the stone ground. Third one is the Mihbaj. At least with this coffee. I may try with another coffee, but with this ergachefe, that's my verdict. Okay, so I hope this was interesting to you, and I hope you will have also a chance to try some of these ancient coffees.